Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State head football coach Matt Mitchell for this GLIAC football season preview. Well, Mitch, let's look right ahead to 2015. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball where you have a lot of new faces. You lost Heath Parling and Isaiah Grimes at quarterback, the guys who have been here for the last 4, 5, 6 years. And the running backs as well. Mike Rattay, Chris Robinson both graduated, and Jamie Potts is playing minor league baseball in the Texas Rangers organization. So there's going to be some new faces and maybe some new things done on the offensive side of the ball. Talk about that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make impressions. Coming up here, we're really focused on fall camp and what we can do throughout the course of that. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for our coaches, staffs on offense, and our players to get out here and really earn it. We've got to try to earn everything that we get on that side of the ball. So from a player perspective, you're right. We lost a lot of production, but at the same time, I think we're excited about some of the new faces we got coming in. I think everybody, usually in college football, points to the quarterback. Coming out of spring ball, I would have said Bart Williams is probably the guy, but we've added a transfer here this summer, Ryan West, who came from Southern Illinois, that has done a great job. He's taken the class this summer, working out with our guys, and just done a great job integrating himself within the culture of this program and really gaining a lot of respect from the team through his work in the summer. And then Ali Ajami's did a good job during spring ball, and I think he's done a great job this summer. So we're going to have some competition in that position heading into fall camp. We've got 3 guys that 2 guys here and a transfer that are all going to be competing for that spot. As you mentioned outside, we lost Jamie Potts probably for the 2015 season. Was drafted by the Texas Rangers here last spring and is in Spokane, Washington with the Indians, and batting in the 4 spot and having some success there. So I think that's going to open up opportunities for a lot of probably new faces. We've got some new faces coming back, and you lose Jamie and what he kind of brought to the table. It's going to definitely, somebody's got to fill that void, and we've got some names over there that've got to step up and get that done. Running back wise, you mentioned Chris Robinson set our single game rushing mark last year against Findlay and had a really productive career. Mike's career got cut short a little bit with an ACL, but we still have Kirk Spencer back. Went to that semifinal run 2 years ago. Kirk was really big on that run, and he got injured last year with a foot injury. He didn't really play much towards the end of the season, and Terrell Dorsey's played some snaps too. And then we get Ben Hutchins off of a year of an injury. He'd take a medical red shirt. We get him back and infuse some younger talent probably at that position. So that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. And then probably the most important position over there is offensive line. You've got 2 all-conference guys in Jim Walsh and Brandon Revenberg coming back. Aaron Cox has started some. We just got to figure out the rest of the pieces of the puzzle up front. And and the same thing with our tight ends. We lost Joe Worth, so we've got some younger guys that have played some, but we're going to have to really lean on them more. So I mean, it's going to be really exciting. There's a lot of opportunities. We're very optimistic about all those chances that everybody on our roster's got to prove that they earn the right to go out there and play for Grand Valley. And I think that's really what it's going to be about on that side of the ball in fall camp.
You had a huge senior class last year, so obviously you lost some guys on the defensive side as well, but you had a lot of young guys play, especially in the secondary last year. Talk about what you're looking at for that side of the ball and kind of some of the playmakers you'll look to have back. Yeah,
I think it's there's positives and negatives to that. Last year, we gave up over 50% of our yards and less than 10% of our snaps. We gave up way too many big plays, and we had some younger guys back there in the back end of the defense that learned some really, really hard lessons. But I think that they've come through that throughout the course of spring practice and the work that they're doing this summer. I think they're stronger from those experiences, and they've really got to step up. So, in the back end of our secondary, we've got Garrett Punier is going to be a sophomore who played a lot as a freshman. We have Kyle Short, who played a lot as a freshman, is going to be a sophomore. Marquez Goldman is going to be heading into his junior year. Brad Horling is going to make the transition from linebacker back to safety. He's going to move back to be a safety. And then we had Trey Walton played a lot of reps last year as a freshman at corner, and we'll get him back. And we had a freshman named Devin McKissick who never played last year, but is due to a season-ending fracture in his arm, but he's back and looking strong. So, a lot of those guys took their lumps in the back end of that secondary, and but they've shown some grit, they've shown some toughness. The way that they've responded in practice at this point, I think they have more confidence, and they just got to continue to build and grow on that as we head into the season. So, up front, we've got a lot of experience back at linebacker. We didn't lose any linebackers, and there's a lot of guys at that position that played. You have David Tallies, your Joe Morans, Colin Slosher came on, Jeff Madison. We'll have guys guys up there that'll be competing for positions up there. And then I think it really helps to have 2 quality defensive ends back. You know, Matt Judon is arguably one of the better players on our team coming back as a defensive end. Then Alton Voss made the transition last year and was really productive at the end position. So that's probably going to allow us to move DJ Hogan back inside. You know, DJ had a really big year for us in 2014. Going to the national semifinal, and then he got hurt last year and was out and had to take a medical last year, so he's back, and we'll probably move him inside and get some guys going down inside in the interior defensive line. But it really helps to have Alton Voss and Matt Judon's maturity. Sure. Those are older guys that have played a lot of reps of football, and those 2 guys are your 2 ends. You can kind of build some of your defense around that. So there's more experience on defense, more game reps. Even though we had some seniors, just more game reps probably coming back on the defensive side of the ball. We've got to lean on that. We've got to lean on that with our defense and our special teams heading into the season.
A lot of coaches, you included, talk about the third side of the ball, special teams. What do you bring back on that side of the ball, I guess you could say? Yeah,
well, like I said, a lot of your special teams depth is going to be built on your linebackers and defensive backs. We've got some experience there, so this guy's got to step up and get it done. Joel Skipper did not miss an extra point last year, and so having a quality place kicker like him coming back is going to be important. It's wide open for our kickoff specialist, and it's really wide open for our punter. We've got a number of guys that will be competing that position on a roster, and we're going to go through camp to figure out who gives us the best chance to win at both those positions, including that might include Joel having to, in addition to being the extra point field goal guy, also having to be the kickoff guy too. And so we'll see how that plays out. We've got some talent here in our building. It's unproven talent that's going to have to earn it, earn the right to go out there and play. But a lot of times when you started with a guy like Joel, that every time your extra point field goal team takes the team, you got a chance to score points. You feel good about that. We just got to get some of those other specialist positions cleaned up.
Before we let you go, let's talk about the schedule. Front loaded again with Ohio Dominican and Ferris State early on. You have Southwest Baptist here in Lubbers as one of your 6 home games for the season opener. That'll be a special Thursday night one. Talk about the schedule, kind of what you see early on.
Yeah, we'll obviously start with the non-league game at the beginning. Just really excited about that opportunity. It's a Thursday night. It's the first week of classes here at Grand Valley, so we'd really love to get all of our students have always been extremely supportive of our program, as well as our faculty and staff and all of our fans. So I think that'd be a great night to kind of see a lot of these new pieces of the puzzle on a Thursday night against a team that's making the transition from playing in the MIAA over to GLVC, and so now that counts as an in-region game, which is good for us. And then you're right. I think probably if you had to see, 2 of the tougher teams, haven't seen the preseason polls, but 2 of the tougher teams in our conference would be Ohio Dominican and Ferris State, and we've got to go to ODU in game 2, and we got to host Ferris at home. So again, same thing. We're going to know, we're going to know where we're at, and I think there's a tremendous amount of parity in this league. I think that you're going to see that throughout the course of 2015, that there's a lot of great teams down in the state of Ohio, and there's a lot of great teams in the state of Michigan, and there are no easy weeks in this conference, and that's really developed over the course of time. So it'll really be interesting, and we've got it's all about us in fall camp and being the best we can, and again, we're just focused on that Thursday night opener. It's kind of nice too to have a little bit more rest time before you got to go down and face a team like ODU, which has advanced as far as anybody last year in the playoffs in our conference, and did a great job. So our really focus for the most part is on that opener, but more importantly on us here the next couple weeks.
Mitch, thanks so much for your time.
All right, thanks.
For Grand Valley State head coach Matt Mitchell, I'm DJ Foster. Thanks for watching this GLIAC football preview.